So today's video is going to be all about staff training, and I'm going to be sharing with you our model of how we train staff, the layers and the kind of training that goes on for the different staff. This is a model that's evolved over many years, and we're constantly tweaking it and refining it to see how we can make it better every day. So we begin with our staff training is really how we do our recruitment. We work with a lot of local universities. We like to hire staff that are quite young and passionate and creative. We're not usually looking for people always that have a lot of experience in the field, because we feel like our staff training program can really, teach the young people all of the skills if they join us. What we are looking for is people that are really dedicated to learn about the work that we're going to be doing, that they have a love of children, and that we have people that are going to be patient and fun, and more importantly, they've got to be very smart. The kind of work that we do here requires a lot of analysis. It requires a lot of thinking and applying of the principles they've learned to different situations, thinking in the moment and making clinical judgment and decisions in the sessions requires somebody to have quite an analytical brain. Some of the things we look for in those initial interviews is, does the person seem confident? Do they have good social skills? Are they very presentable? I always think if I'm a family, I'm a family, I'm a dad, I have a son, so if I met this person, would they seem like someone I would like to work with my child? These are the things that we're really looking for in those initial interviews. From those interviews, we do typically a second interview. Those second interviews are often done in a group and for a few hours, and we're looking for people in those interviews to see how they work as a team in a group, to discuss and how they present themselves in that kind of context. We look how fun and creative they are in terms of presenting reinforcers to children. We will also start to do maybe a little bit of training and see whether they're able to pick up the concepts we're teaching and they're able to apply. How do they deal with, feedback, and can they change according to what we've described? Are they able to pick up the things that we're teaching rapidly? These are things we're definitely looking for in that second interview. Once we've done our second interview, in some offices we will do an audition, and that audition may be for a month, where the staff may come in to see us and start to do some work, and we start to evaluate whether they're a good fit for our office. And those staff can also kind of evaluate, is this the kind of job they want to do? Is Autism Partnership the right fit for them? So by the end of that month, or by the end of our second interview, we're usually ready to start with them and start to provide our training course. In Hong Kong, the induction training lasts anywhere from 3 to 4 months, and we have a dedicated team of trainers that are there all day, every day, working with a group of maybe 5 to 6 people. And they're all working at different levels of different kinds of parts of what they need to work on, and may have been there for varying amounts of time. But there's somebody there, one of our trainers, that is able to provide the guidance to work with them, provide also the didactic trainings, as well as the hands-on components. At the end of this pre-service training, we then move to the ongoing supervision and training of our staff. We have monthly staff trainings that all of us attend around different topics, and we break out into different groups because we've got a lot of staff. We are obviously providing ongoing supervision to our clients and our staff. This is probably anywhere around 15 to 18 hours a month for each staff that they're seeing a supervisor sit in their session and provide guidance. Each of our staff also has a mentor, and those mentors are senior level clinicians in our agency that will also be supervising some of their sessions with children, but also provide extra training at other times during the week on different topics to help boost their skills as therapists, and not just case-specific skills to do with the children. These are the staff levels you can see here. You start as a program specialist and behavior therapist, lead behavior therapist, senior behavior therapist, and then you've got this chart, which is the chart of our senior clinicians. So you've got program supervisor, case supervisor, senior case supervisor, behavior consultants. So we've got a very big structure of different positions, and each of the people at those positions need different kinds of training. So there may be weekly meetings where people group together being led by somebody, or there may be specific people in charge of different people in those groups to oversee and guide this kind of training that they may need at different points. This is a very, very challenging job, and the work that we do really requires great skills of analysis and great experience in working with a variety of different children and being able to problem solve all kinds of levels of different curriculum. So staff training is really, really, really important. And you'll find that this kind of staff training that occurs in different ABA agencies can vary greatly. This can vary from just watching other people do the work to maybe attending maybe just a 3-day training with many other people, or maybe 1 week of training. It's very important, if you're looking at an agency for your child, that you ask questions about the kind of oversight and the training for the people that are going to be working with your child. So specific questions might relate to, pre-service, what kind of training do the staff receive here? How long is it? How many hours? Who's conducting that training? And what is that training? Is that just watching some other people do it, or watching some videos? Or is it really sitting down with children, with somebody to oversee you, providing feedback and guidance, which is certainly our preferred modality. You may want to ask, who's doing the training? What kind of, experiences have they had to be able to be helping these young people develop their skills? And also, what is the ongoing kind of training that's received? How much supervision will my staff receive on an ongoing basis by who? And what will that supervision look like? These are all very, very important components to a strong clinical program. So I hope that's given you some insight to our structure here at AP in terms of how we do the staff training. And I hope as parents it gives you some insight in terms of maybe some of the questions you can ask and some of the ways you can view, a very well structured training program for the agency you might look for.